I don't know if anybody can hear me. I don't know if anybody's here yet. It says I'm streaming, but I can't see anybody. Hmm. Okay, it says I'm live now. I don't see me. I guess I'm supposed to be looking somewhere else. Wait a minute. Hey everybody, if you're here, I'm sorry for being all. Oh, hey, I see him now. Hey, okay. Let me go back and say hello. I'm so sorry for being so tardy. Okay, it says I'm live now. Oh no, now I hear myself. This is no good. I don't see me. I guess I'm supposed to be looking somewhere else. Wait a minute. I should just mute that. Hey everybody, if you're here, I'm sorry for being all. Oh, I see him now. Hey. All right, let me try that again. I'm sorry, guys. All right. Okay, let me say hello to everybody. Oh, we got some packages. Okay. Hello, Leah. Hello, Divine Zion. Zion, that's a really a cool name. Hello, Rebecca. Hey. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, JT. Jillian, I see you. Hi, hi. Fazia, hello. Yolanda, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Zamisha. How are you, my love? Hey, sexy Jessie. I told you last time I love your name. Still do. Glad you can see me. Miss Get Stuck. Welcome. Leah, Nightingale, Nightingale. Julia's Castle, hello. Jillian, oh, it's not allowing you to connect. No bueno. It was my fault. I didn't know. Hey, Emma from Sweden. Hey, Diana. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Rebecca Gabrielle. I already said hey to Rebecca. All right. D, hey girl. Gabriella, hello, hello. Renee, Angie, hey, good name, good name. Um, Tracy and Derek, Leah. Okay, Gabrielle. Okay, thank you, Leah. Did I say your name, Leah? Um, did I say it correctly? Okay, Gabriella. Okay, let me go back up and read her question. She says, "Do narcissists have feelings when it comes to them, and then, but not what they do to others?" Oh, yes, they feel very strongly about. Hey, Red in Denver. Oh, cute. Yeah, Leah. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, they definitely. Uh, Leah, thank you. Gabriella, yeah, they definitely do feel very strongly about being wronged or whatever, and they definitely don't care how they deal with others, and that's because they don't have empathy. So it's not that they don't have feelings, they just don't understand how someone else feels, and they don't care, generally. Yeah. All right, did I miss any questions? Thank you for everyone who's still here. I feel bad that I was so confused for so long. All right, let's see. I can't tell. Okay. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Okay, Leah, you have a question. What is your question about narcissists? Hello, I see you. Okay. Okay. Leah, did you have a question? Oh, thank you, me name. Hello. Oh, here you go. I'm from Germany. I also have a question about narcissists, but I'll wait until you answer the other question. Okay. Did I get the other question answered? If so, go ahead and start feeding me a couple more. Everybody, just tell me what you think. I'll try to get through all of them. That's okay. Don't worry about your English. Let me hear what you got. So, in a minute here, I'm going to give you guys a big announcement. Maybe I'll do that while Leah's typing. Okay. Oh, good, Gabrielle. Okay. Okay. So, here's the big announcement. And I'm telling you guys live, and I'm not telling anyone else until after this broadcast. Here's the big announcement. I am opening a new online, it's called the University. Anyway, so I will be giving away 10 30-day memberships to the University Thursday of this week. So starting this Thursday, I'll be coming here to express my gratitude to you, about life in general, and also to share special freebies with you. And this week, the first giveaway will be free entrance to this new exciting university for 10 people. So stay tuned for that. All right, let me get back to my questions because I know you all got questions. Okay. All right. Looks like Leah is still. Wait a minute, did I miss it? Okay. She is waiting till I answer. Okay. Rafaela, hello, says, hello, can you please explain what some techniques are for teaching your children how to deal with an ARC? Okay. That is a hard one. Depending on the age of your children, I'll tell you something. I was just talking to a client about this today. With my ex-husband, for example, when I left him, my son was 16 months old, my oldest son. And he, anyway, this is what happened. Over the course of the next year and a half, my son forgot this guy completely. And then he started to notice that other kids had dads at preschool and he didn't. And he first asked me what was a dad, and we had that talk. Well, at that time I called a therapist and went in and talked with him about how to say the right things to my child so I didn't screw him up too bad. And what he said to me at that time was advice I didn't expect. And what it was that he wanted me to tell my child factually, compassionately, but factually, like, for example, why doesn't my dad come see me when I explained that he did have a father at one point? Then I had to say to him, he has the right to see you and he chooses not to see you. And this was when he was 4 years old where I actually had to have the conversation with him. And, the doctor said that it would help us to understand whether or not we should, it would help him to understand the truth, and then he would not have anger toward me or resentment toward me as his mother for not, producing the father when he asked for one. So I had to tell the truth, and it was very painful, and we both cried, but it turned out to be the right choice. So that's what I would say is tell the truth and don't allow yourself to, don't allow yourself to be hurt further by that abuse, and also don't tell the truth compassionately. So what I said to my child was, yes, you have a biological father. Yes, he knew you up to a certain point in time. Yes, he still has the right to see you, but he chooses not to, and I'm sorry. And then we both cried, and it was terrible. But like I said, we got through it, and it was better. We were better for it. Our relationship was better. So, okay. Now I'm going to scroll right on back up and get to the next question. Okay. Rafaela, I hope that was a good answer for you. Jesse, follow up on the work from home or start your own biz. I would love. Yes, Jesse, yes. Virtual assistants are amazing. I have a couple of myself, and I love them. But here's the other thing. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to be following up on the work at home, and that is part of the reason I'm opening the university, because I will have, of course, I'll have narcissistic abuse recovery material, but I'll also have the C, which is the self-employment escape. So exciting. Anyway, that will be there for as well. So some things will be, anyway, but I will also be continuing the series, and in fact, later today I will be doing another video in that series. So stay tuned, love. Okay. Scrolling on down. Congratulations. Well, thank you, cute nurse. Thank you. I like your cute name. All right. Yolanda. Ah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Red in Denver says, do narcissists have remorse? If you consider remorse how you would feel it, like, I'm so sorry that I did that thing and I feel so terrible and I just genuinely want everything to be okay. No. Narcissists have remorse only when they're caught only when they're punished or made to be accountable for their actions. So if you catch them cheating and they really don't want you to leave, they might act like they're sorry. Or if you catch them doing anything, that is beyond anything they're not supposed to do. Sorry, I got a little off track. Anyway, but no, I don't believe they have real more remorse. What I've seen in my practice and in my life is that they only feel bad when they get caught. Now there is a certain type of narcissist that will always be, oh, poor me, and then it'll be, I'm so sorry I did this thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, how dare you be upset with me for, silliness like that. Okay, moving right along. Okay. Conchetta Blessed, beautiful name. Hi, love your videos. Love you. Thank you. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. I hope they're helpful for you. Okay. Oh, Michelle. Michelle Cruz says, what if the narcissist is your mother and grandmother? Ooh, that's a good question. All right. So, if the narcissist is your mother and your grandmother, I would ask you, how involved are you? Are you seeing them daily? Are you seeing them weekly? Are y'all living in the same house? What's happening? Assuming you're an adult, you have to stand up for yourself, and I'm sure you haven't had a lot of experience doing that in your life. But if you are not dependent on them financially or in any way, otherwise, you can go low contact or no contact. It just depends on how toxic they are. I'd really have to hear more information to be sure directly. But if you want to send me a few more notes in the chat here, I'll come back to this. Okay. All right. Rafaela says 5 and 7. Yeah, they're old enough, honey. You're gonna have to tell them. But just tell them as kindly as you can, as compassionately as you can, and then make sure you're there for them afterward whenever they want to talk. Okay. All right. Okay, Yolanda says, did the narcissist ever really know me or anything about me? Okay. Yes, sort of. They didn't know as much about you as you would like in some ways. They didn't know your heart, except they knew enough to manipulate you. They knew what your face looked like when they did this, that, or the other thing, and they interpreted that as an emotion that was either positive or negative, right? So obviously there are certain basic emotions anyone can understand. If you look upset and sad when they do something in the early times, such as you catch them looking at another woman or man or whatever, and you feel jealous, well, initially they may be like, oh, baby, you have nothing to worry about, but then they might turn around later and use that against you. So they know enough about you to hurt you, generally. Now, if you've been with them for many years, of course, they're going to understand certain things about you, but sometimes you'll be shocked. Like, say, you've been in a 20-year marriage, and one day your husband of 20 years says to you, when's your birthday again? Because unless he's getting senile, what the hell doesn't he know your birthday for after 20 years of marriage, right? Anyway. All right. Okay, let's see. And, as far as knowing anything about you, again, I think they know how to manipulate you. They know you well enough to manipulate you generally, but they don't know you well enough to really love you if in the way that you would like to be loved. They loved you like an object, if that makes any sense, like a toy. Okay. All right, Yolanda. All right, I gotcha. Okay. Leah says, I experienced a boy. It has been more than 1 year. He was in my class. I'm so sure he's a narcissist, but other people don't believe it. Is it possible that narcissists do already show at that age? Okay. Wait a minute. At a young age. He's 18 right now, and his abuse began against me when he was 16. How old are you, Leah? I need to know how old you are, please. I can't really answer that until I hear the answer to that, please. Okay. Leah says, is it possible to contact you? Yeah. Angy Atkinson at gmail.com. Leah. Angy at, here, I'll just type it in the chat. Okay. Okay, let me scroll back up and see where I was. Okay. So Gabriella says, can narcissists be spiritual? Do they have spirit, the fire in the soul that speaks to others? Okay, a lot of narcs are religious. I've seen narcs who claim to be spiritual but not religious. Can they be spirit as in do they have the spirit? This is what I have seen with narcissists, and again, this is a generalization because everyone's a little different. But what I have seen is that they can appear to be spiritual, they can appear to be religious, they tend to use those types of beliefs and belief systems against people to manipulate them and belittle them. And they they tend, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, no good. Okay. As far as the fire in the soul that speaks to others, I don't think so. I kind of get this sense that their soul is just cold, or if it exists at all. And I know that sounds weird, but that's kind of what I think. So I feel like they're so broken that they're not in touch with their higher self. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Okay. Me name says, can narcissist treat a daughter like she is his wife emotionally? Yes. And it's not okay. Yes. They can treat you that way, and they can make you feel like you are somehow the problem, but you're not the problem, and you're not required to, nor is anyone required to emotionally or otherwise serve their father as a wife. Period. All right. I mean, okay, here's one example where it might be okay to do that. Say your mother is in the hospital and your father is one of those old-fashioned dudes who doesn't know how to do anything for himself. Well, then you might want to go over and help him out, but if you were smart, you would teach him how to cook some ramen himself or something, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, okay, let me get back to it. Okay, that was for me name. Okay. La la la. Okay. I'm trying to see everybody. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Carlos, that was no good. But oh, hey, Carlos. It's no good, but it's okay now. It's okay now. So that kid's 19 today. So all right. Keep it interesting says, what's the best revenge you can recommend for a former narcissistic best friend who continues to sabotage you? I would not do anything. My best revenge is to pretend that person doesn't exist and really start to think that, because you know, I would pull away from that person. I would, if there are legal issues involved, I would absolutely bring them to the police. If you need to make some sort of public statement because I need more information about the sabotage, but in general, revenge is just pointless, because it doesn't always pan out the way you think it will, especially when they react the way they do. So, something to think about. Okay. All right. Okay. Gabriella says, or are they energy vampires? Do the narcs just feed their ego? Do narcissists? Yeah, we are supply for narcissists. Absolutely, we are. They treat us, like I said, like objects or like little cases of energy. Okay, and they want our energy, and when we don't give it to them, they act like little babies, or they abuse us, physically or otherwise. I mean, generally, I want to tell you that if you are in a relationship with someone and you are being physically abused, you have a responsibility to try to get out if you can, as quickly as you can. So you have to take care of yourself, and especially your children if you have them, but especially yourself. You're not any less important than your children or your non-children. Feel me? Okay, back to back to the point. All right, Nightingale says, is no contact the end or the beginning? Ooh, that is a good question. I think it's the beginning of your life if you can stick with it. I definitely do not think it's the end. No, I do not. I think it's the end of the relationship if you're lucky. I think sometimes you have to do more than that. It's not always so easy to go no contact. You often have to enforce it, at least for a while. But when you do it long enough, the narcissist will generally get bored and move on, which is the whole purpose in so many ways, or at least the intended result. Okay. Okay. Christy Wright says she want. Okay, I already answered that one. Hey, Christy Wright. All right. For my precious, strong, smart, and beautiful daughter says, thanks for doing this. Do you have any advice for what to tell young children, 10, who are being exposed to the narcissist treatment of one parent and probably to the child herself. What to tell young children, 10, who are being exposed to narcissist treatment of one parent and probably to the child herself. Uh, okay. I'm a little bit confused by the question. I think maybe there's a typo in there somewhere. But I think what you're saying is that the children are being 10 children or a child of 10 is being exposed to narcissist treatment of one parent and probably to the child herself. I don't know what that means. But what I'll say is that, like I said earlier, talking to the children, you just have to tell them the truth in a simple, in terms that would be appropriate for their age, something that they can comprehend. So, like I said to my 4-year-old, who was somewhat precocious, but I just said he had the opportunity or he had the choice to be here with you, and he chose not to. And I love you, and I'm always going to be here for you. So, you have to be honest with them, and you have to let them know if they ask you about the abuse or the behavior that they saw or that they experienced. You have to let them know it's not okay, and that's why you separated when you did or whatever. Okay? All right. Okay. Faye says, "Hi, Faye. My narcissist mother sent me an email demanding I stop fighting with her, and she did nothing to me." Oh, yeah. Well, that's attention seeking. So if you're no contact, stick with it. And if you're not, ignore that email. That email is attention seeking. Here's a little tip for everybody right now. If you want to teach a narcissist how to treat you, you do it just like you train a dog. I know that sounds terrible, but what you do is when they do something good, you reward them with positive behavior, positive attention, with praise, whatever. When they do something like that, you don't even acknowledge it. You ignore them, you gray rock them. If you just don't respond to that email, and if she mentions it later, say, "Well, I didn't respond because obviously," there's a fly in my office, "because obviously I had nothing to say to something that wasn't true." Don't encourage the behavior, if that makes sense, Faye. Okay, Jessica, that story really helped me. Thank you for sharing. I'm so glad, honey. Thank you. All right, Red in Denver says, "Thank you. I love your supportive videos and open dialogue." Thank you. Thank you so much. That's my whole purpose for being here, just so I can interact with you guys. And I'm so glad that you guys are joining me. It makes me feel fabulous. Oh, Yolanda, honey, don't cry. Are you okay? What's going on? I'm sorry. I know this is a late response as I've been working from the top, but I hope you're okay. Red in Denver, how come no contact? How do you come to no contact when you work with them? Okay. Girl, that's a hard one. Or guy, I don't even know if you're, but anyway, either way, if you work with someone who is a narcissist and you want to go no contact, that's going to be hard. If if you can't like move into a different department or a different building or whatever, the best thing you can do is either go low contact where you only deal with them regarding work, or you quit your job. I'm sorry. That's the best opportunity. Unless that person has done something where they deserve, to be fired, and then maybe, I don't know, you point it out to your boss. But that's the best I could offer, and that's not very great advice. But the truth is, if we're being honest, it's going to be a matter of you're either going to have to leave the job or you're going to have to go low contact and only work with them at the job and only talk about the job. So keep it professional and whatnot. All right. Okay, Rafaela and precious, strong, smart, and beautiful daughter. Okay, you guys. I'm glad that's helping some. Yolanda said, "I don't think he ever did." I can't remember what you're responding to, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Can you remind me? I know that I gave you advice earlier, but now that's all. I'm just going here. I'll try to remember. Jessica hitting the proverbial nail on the head. Thank you, love. Yvonne, oh, I guess I did answer it, Yolanda. Thank you. Okay. Michelle Cruz says, "I'm married and I live alone. They are toxic, but it's hard to let him go." Oh, I know. You live all by yourself. It's hard to let the children go. Is that what you're saying? Or the husband? Yeah, I don't know, Michelle. I know that's hard. I know it is. I'm sorry. But hey, here's something. Okay, and this is kind of awesome. If you think, oh, good, Yolanda heard me. Okay, this is kind of awesome. The fact is, oh, by the way, that email address is typed in correctly. There should be an A at the beginning of it, ANGY, not just NGY. Um, okay, wait a minute. Let me get back where I was. Da-da-da. See, I shouldn't talk and read at the same time. Now I don't know what I'm talking about. If somebody wants to remind me, I'll come back to it. All right. Divine Zion or Zion, I guess, right? Says, when this fly is trying to kill me. I'm just kidding. When do narcissists start their narcissistic journey down the dark path that narcissists are on? Is it in childhood or can it start in adulthood too? Okay, here's something interesting, you guys. I'm actually about to produce a video about this soon. I believe that most of the time, in my experience from what I've talked to people, I would say about like 80% of the time, 90% of the time even, it starts in childhood. They were either overindulged, they were neglected, they were abused, one of those things generally, okay? Or they had a parent who controlled their every move, just like a lot of us empaths did, interestingly enough, but they just reacted different and turned out different as a result. I don't know if it's a DNA thing or if it's a, I don't know. Anyway, but here's the thing that I've recently come across a new type of narcissism, and I'm trying to remember what they're called. Oh, situational narcissism, acquired situational narcissism. This is interesting, and I'm going to do a little bit more research before I get to the full. Oh, Leah said she's 17. I'll come back to you, Leah. Um, but I will explain it to you soon. But yeah, there are cases, in certain cases, where people will get acquired situational narcissism, which, from what I understand, is like when sometimes it happens when people are promoted or when somebody becomes insta famous, where they were normal before and or nice before even, and then they suddenly, or like if they suddenly become the popular girl in high school or whatever, suddenly everything changes and they become a narcissist. And sometimes it lasts and sometimes it doesn't. I think that's why sometimes you see like mean girls from high school grow up to be nice people. Something to think about. Okay, Leah is 17. Okay, Leah, I really don't feel comfortable giving you too much advice at 17, but I know you're in Germany, so the laws are different there. But this is what I would tell you, Leah. What I would ask you, what is he doing specifically to make you think he's a narcissist? Let me ask you that question, okay? And then we'll come back. Okay. All right. It can start in adulthood too. Okay, we got that. Okay, Michelle says she's trying to go no contact, but it's killing her inside. I totally feel you. It's very hard, and it's so. I mean, you feel this ache in your chest, and you just the longer you're away from them, the more wonderful that you remember them, and you think, God, it wasn't really that bad, but it was that bad. There's a reason that you're going no contact. This is what I suggest. I did a video with my span group a while back, where I asked them all, what are some things that you no longer have to put up with or that you will no longer have to put up with when you go or when you went no contact? And what they would, they gave me 103, this fly, they gave me 103 things that they felt was, that they felt were effective that way, whatever, that were things that they wouldn't have to put up with anymore. And, yeah. All right. And you know what Carlos just said, I just want to come down here and talk about that. Carlos said to me, yes, it's called covert sexual abuse. Yeah, that's really true. When the father treats the daughter like the mother, even if there's no actual sexual abuse, it is in a way, it's like role abuse, if that makes any sense. And in some cases, daughters are sexualized by their fathers. I've heard this in my clients more than once. And I think it's devastating to them in so many ways. But anyway, let me get back to where I was. Okay. All right. Michelle, go on queenbeing.com and download the free post-emergency gaslighting kit. There is some information there. I think it's under queenbeing.com/perk, PERK. There's like a little packet. It's basically a zip file, and there are a few different things you can, or it might just be on all-in-one PDF, but read that. It'll take you, I don't know, less than an hour to read, but it's full of really good tips to help you kind of get through these really tough times. What I suggest, I understand the ache in your chest. I understand how it feels and how it feels like all those things. But what I suggest is that you distract yourself either with people or with, and I don't mean sex or anything like that. I just mean friends or family that you can get along with, or funny movies. Try not to listen to any love songs. Try to listen to only happy things or watch only happy things. Just try to keep yourself as up as you can and hold on. It's going to get better a little bit each day. Okay? All right. Jessica, my narcotics has two enabling. Oh, she must mean her narcissist has two enabling wealthy narcissist parents. Oh, girl, I am so sorry. That is very hard. I have seen some negative things happen there. I don't know what your status is, but I do know that you need to be careful if you have kids with him or her. Okay, Gabriella. So they are empty. Yeah, I kind of feel like what I see in narcissists a lot of times is they tend to try to pick up the personalities of the people who they're spending time with, and I find that if you dig a little deeper, there's not a whole lot under the surface sometimes. And sometimes I think that it's it comes down to the false self being so prevalent that you can't really see beyond it, or they're so broken that they're so hidden from their true selves they don't even really know who they are. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Michelle says, I'm the only one who understands the narcissist concept. My husband thinks I'm crazy. Well, of course he does, because he's trying to make you feel like you're crazy because of the gaslight. Or is your husband not the narcissist? I don't know. Wait a minute. Michelle, I got confused. But a lot of times they just don't understand. People who haven't witnessed the behavior personally and who haven't experienced it enough to really understand the pervasive nature of narcissists and narcissistic abuse and things like that, they just don't get it. I mean, I cannot tell you. I have more than one professional therapist, PhDs, even MDs who I speak to client-wise. And I have some that comment and say, I'm a therapist and we never learned this in school. They don't teach this, or they haven't up to a certain point. I don't know, maybe they are now. But this is something that we just, yeah. Anyway. Okay. So I feel you on the not understanding them, Michelle. Yolanda says she's on her second day of no contact. Good luck. Yolanda, you ought to go download that perk kit as well. And I am actually in the process of producing a no contact kit, so stay tuned for that. And Christy writes, I think they are misogynists. Mine uses the Bible against me. You are supposed to tone subservient. It never stops. I know that means something else. To be subservient. Okay, I had to think about it. Yeah, listen, Christy, I don't know your particular religious beliefs, but I do know that some churches are still into that whole women are subservient thing. And if you're stuck in that situation because you have kids, which I assume is the case, I would be making plans to get out, Christy. I would start working on that whole self-employment escape that I'm going to be talking about. But because how many years do you want to be subservient to anyone? I don't think you have to be subservient. No, I know for sure you don't. Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, Christy, let me ask you to follow up with me on that. Tell me your religion and whether you personally believe, if you don't mind, you don't have to tell me your religion, just tell me whether or not you personally believe that you have to be subservient. That would help me to answer your question better. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, misogynists hate women. Okay, going down. Hi, Carlos. Okay. Dan Iris, am I saying that right? Dan Iris? Espanol? I don't know. I'm really bad with certain pronunciations. But says it's her first week of no contact. Okay, listen. Stay strong. It's going to be worth it. I know it's hard right now, and I know you're feeling kind of weird about it, but it might not be that bad. It depends on how hard it was for you to get out, I guess. So, okay, good. Carlos is good. Okay. Yolanda says hi to Deniris. Is that how you say it? Deniris? Is that how you say it? Okay. My name is Mark, not me. Sorry. Oh, hey, what up, Mark? All right. For my precious, smart, and beautiful daughter, no contact is rough, she says, but when you're co-parenting, wait a minute. This person says, no contact is rough when you're co parenting, but mentally it can be done. It is hard, heartbreaking. Yes, absolutely. And unfortunately, no contact is almost impossible entirely. It has to be low contact if you're co parenting. But what you can do is you can, you know, talk as much as possible through text and just keep the contact minimal and only talk about the child. So, instead of speaking on the phone, talk through text. So then you always have a record of everything that's said and done if you can. All right. Yolanda says, good for you. Hey. Okay. Hi, Yolanda. Oh, you guys are cute. Okay. Christy says, yeah, spell check. Okay. She says, mine says you should be subservient. Are they more dangerous when you leave? Okay. Christy, if you believe that you should be subservient, then I can't help you that much. But I don't believe that you need to be subservient. And if you don't want to be subservient, it's time to go if that's what you want. But are they more dangerous when you leave? I think that depends. If you're being physically abused, then I would definitely be more careful. If you've never been physically abused by this person and you've been with them, a number of years, then just go. But if you if you haven't feared for your physical safety, if you have been concerned about your physical safety, then you absolutely have to be more concerned when you leave. Yes, go and there are local resources in every area. There, if you go to queenbeing.com and you look at the resources page for domestic violence resources, you'll find some there. But no, they're more dangerous if they're physically abusive at all. And I would always be careful no matter what. I would be careful to especially not right away tell them where you're living, or where you're staying, who you're staying with, anything like that. I would keep it quiet and I wouldn't give them advance notice. Okay? All right. Yolanda Torres, wink, wink, baby. All right. Keep It Interesting says, I've had no contact in several years, but they continue to lie to other people about me in very damaging ways. Okay. Well, I don't know. I really need to hear the specific situation to be safe. I don't know what the lies are and how they're damaging you, or how they're damaging you would be helpful. Is it legal stuff? Is it, what are they doing that's damaging you? How, in what way are they damaging you? That would help me to answer the question better. Okay. Belinda J says, hi, Belinda. She says, hi, my narcissist is very emotional with certain things, such as a movie and even a commercial. She wonders sometimes if he's really a narc or just very selfish. He always seems depressed too. Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Is your narcissist emotional with, like, have you ever seen the narcissist have genuine emotion over something regarding you? And if so, was it during a time of love bombing or during a time of hoovering? I think narcissists do have emotions. I don't think that sometimes they get emotional about things that are inappropriate, and I honestly think that sometimes it's an attention-seeking device. But when it's something that normal people would get emotional about, I would ask how emotional they get and what the outcome of the emotion is, because generally if they're becoming emotional, there is some sort of a narcissistic supply type payoff. So something to think about. Same deal with being depressed. They get bored easily. They need new all the time, and if he's depressed, he's probably bored. So or he's, sometimes you have the occasional kind of almost self-aware narcissist, and those are kind of borderline in my opinion. All right. So for my precious daughter says, yes, he used to say that he liked to see the passion and that he wanted to see that I cared. Oh, good Lord, I've heard that too. Yep, through getting upset with the craziness. Yeah. And I honestly, yeah, I've seen that too. It's not funny. It's not cute, and nobody likes it except for the person who's doing it. They're just, it's just like, oh, I was just joking. Oh, I was just trying to get a rise out of you, whatever. But that's actually probably a legitimate statement that he wanted to see the passion. He wanted the reaction is what he should have said. He wanted to see you get all fired up and upset and angry and whatever. Yeah. Rose Perez says, I have, hi Rose, I have become abusive with my narcissistic ex. I know this is not okay, but will this push them away faster? Are you physically abusing someone, Rose, or is it just you're messing with their head? Are you giving them back what they're giving to you? Tell me that question. Answer that one for me, and I can then answer your question more effectively. Emma Lindstrom. My kids are 10, 9, 6, and 3. My oldest, hi Emma. My oldest wants to know why me and their father are arguing. What should I say? Sorry for my bad English. Okay. Don't worry about that English. It's just fine. Emma, I think that you should say that. Oh, that's a tough one. 10, 9, 6, and 3. Okay. Well, I know that my 10-year-olds were all quite well aware. My 9-year-old is quite well aware. And, what you say is, are you and their father still together or not? If you're still living in the same house, then you just have to tell the truth and say that, you know, their father was upset with you or was upset and took it out on you. That's a tough call with that wide of an age range. This might be something that I can break down later, but obviously your 3-year-old might want to know if he or she is witnessing the arguing. I need to know more information about the arguing and also about the ages. The location of the children during the argument and how much they were actually hearing. This is kind of a real diverse answer depending on who we're talking about and what the specifics are. So, okay. Dennis says, hold on, not since, oh no, Danides says, not since the 1 week of no contact has made him desperate. Not sure. Yeah. Yeah, of course, because just like a child, if you tell them don't eat the cookies on the counter, they want those cookies more than anything. But if you tell them they can't have this toy, well, they want that toy more than anything. So that's just all that is. So don't allow that to affect your judgment. Just remember what you've gone through with this person. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier about the video. 103 things you no longer have to put up with. I suggest everybody writes their own list of things they no longer have to put up with when they go no contact. And recently I told a coaching client, I said, maybe you should write yourself a letter. When you're feeling strong and you know why you don't want to be in contact with that person, write yourself a letter and put it in a box, like an emergency box, or keep it in your purse or something, so that if you ever feel like you want to let him back in your life, you look at that list again and remind yourself. Or maybe put it inside your phone. That would probably be a smarter way to go. Yeah. Okay. Patrice Maxwell. Hello, Patrice. How can he be so sincere when he tells me he loves me if I'm his best friend, the love of his life? He knew we would be together forever while simultaneously smearing me to a new supply. Oh, girl, I am so sorry. Listen, this is why. Now, the simultaneous smear annoys the crap out of me because he should never have done that. Usually when they do that, okay, this is what I think. I'm guessing that this was him coming back to you after a fight or a breakup and that y'all have been together a long time. Tell me if I'm wrong. But if that's the case, then what I think is happening is he's trying to make sure he still has his foot in the door with you, and of course trying to get his new exciting supply. And I'm guessing ideally he would like to have both of those things at the same time. Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to let him eat his, have his cake and eat it too. Why is he so sincere? Because at the moment that he's saying those things, he believes those things. Whether those things are true or not in real life is a whole other entire issue. But narcissists, while I think on some levels most of them have not most of them, some of them know exactly what they're doing. Those are the ones who usually are more toward the sociopathic and psychopathic end of the spectrum. Those common narcissists who are just cheaters and liars and sneaky bastards and bitches, pardon me, because I can't exclude women from this. We all know there's plenty of, and I shouldn't be calling anybody anything. But anyway, I wish I could stop that now. But those people, they just generally, they don't know what they're doing. They believe that they love you when they say they love you. They believe that you're their best friend and the love of their life when they say it, even if just moments before they were telling someone else something else. My guess is that you were being smeared because he did something wrong to the new supply and you were used as a weapon. Yeah, that's what I think. Or a distraction. Okay. That's what I think. Uh, Daenerys, email, letters, contacting my family member to try to get in touch. Okay. Daenerys, are they sending it to you or their smear campaigning you? Is that what you're telling me? I gotta remember. Oh, now I just lost my place. Hold on, let me try to get back to it. Okay. Oop. I am getting close to running out of time, everybody. I've got just 10 minutes left, so I'm going to try to get everybody answered while we're here. All right? Okay. Now I lost my place. I'm going to try to find my. Okay. Leah, do you have any idea why a narcissist is staring at you every time over the years? Through times of no contact, no matter if he ignored her or he tried to cut or she tried to cut off contact, but every day in a few seconds he stares at me. What is that? Okay. Yeah, that's him trying to, you know, I just did a video about this the other day. This is cool. Um, I think that it is him trying to literally mind control you. That sounds hilarious, but it's they're so intently focusing their energy or lack thereof on you. You know, their energy or their vampirishness, that they're actually looking at you through your eyes. The narcissistic stare, they're trying to keep their eye on you, trying to know, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing, and why you're not doing what they think you should be thinking and feeling and doing. You feel me? Okay. Yeah, Yolanda, I hear you. I hear you. Oop, dang, I went the wrong way. Okay. Oh, for my precious daughter, he's calling you crazy and he's telling your child. Oh, okay, okay. Keep it. Okay, the smearing. Okay. Telling your child not to grow up crazy like her mother. Oh, that's abusive. Yes, 10 years old. Okay. That is incredibly abusive. And I think that what you have to tell your child is I would tell your lawyer about this and I would see if your lawyer can help before you talk to your child. See if your lawyer can help resolve this. But unfortunately, people are going to manipulate her in her lifetime. And I would almost want to say, could you get her set up with court a court ordered supervisor during visits if this is not appropriate. But I don't know if see in my case I have people who know about that and I'm going to in my case I didn't have to the worst I had to deal with was him not caring about the child and the child being abandoned when the father went away. But I do have experts that I will be. In fact, it's scheduled in the next week or so, who are going to come and talk about this. So stay tuned for that, and I'll even do some research and give you some more information in the meantime. Okay. But because I really think there's got to be something you can do. Maybe you can try to, get him to go to counseling on how to co-parent in a healthy way. Or maybe you can tell him that if he's going to say those things about you, you're going to have to explain to her what's wrong with him. I don't know. I don't know if that would affect him at all. It might, because he might care what she thinks, but at this point she's only 10, so he might not quite see her as anything other than an extension of himself, which, as we all know, he may carry throughout his lifetime if he's a true narcissist. So, okay. Mariam Pass, hello Mariam, says, I am struggling with no contact. It's been 25 days, but I feel very empty and miss him. He contacted me on New Year's Eve on New Year's to be at his party, but I didn't respond. Since then, there is nothing. I just mixed feelings. Okay, Miriam, that's a hard one. Listen, stay no contact. He contacted you to be at the party probably because he was contacting everyone. So good for you for not responding. I don't want, and maybe he was going to, try to hoover you or torture you by letting you see him with someone else. Who knows? But, the other thing is that people, narcissistic or otherwise, tend to really, during the holidays, they tend to really try to hoover people. That's why I did videos saying don't let yourself be hoovered during that time. Don't go back into the old habits. So, anyway, hi Faye, hi Ronnie. Okay, Suzanne says, we teach people how to treat us. That is absolutely correct. We teach people how to treat us. That's right. I agree with you 100%. Nadia Syed says, my daughter is 4 and has been realizing what is going on. Yep. One day my husband accused me of yelling at him, and our daughter looked at him in all in all seriously and said, "Daddy, Mommy didn't yell at you." It sucks that your daughter had to see that and say that, but I'm kind of glad that she did because sometimes from their children's mouths, they hear the word of God. you know, children are innocent and they have a way of speaking the truth in ways that no one can deny. How did he respond when that happened? Okay. Faye says, I'm no contact with her, have been for a little more than a year, and she's even making, oh my gosh, Faye, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Um, yeah, you have got to, oh, that's terrible. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a video. Let me write it down. You guys are always giving me these fabulous ideas. I'm going to do a video about how to recognize a fake profile because that is important for survivors and it just now occurred to me. Let me write this down. Okay, fake profile. Okay. See, if I don't write it down, I won't remember until later, and maybe I will not even. Let's just be honest. Okay. Back. All right. Okay. Faye. Okay, Faye, I'm going to give you, like I said, I'll make a video about how to recognize a fake profile. Just stay low contact for now or no contact and try to not react to her. Okay? All right. What is spiritual abuse? Okay, spiritual abuse. In my opinion, it happens when people use religion or spirituality to control, manipulate, or otherwise mess with someone. Simple as that. This might happen with just really religious families. This might happen like as the child of a minister would be, or a priest could religiously abuse some of the altar boys or whatever. And religious abuse doesn't. There's no sexual abuse undertone in what I said. Let me just say that. I was not referring to sexual abuse specifically. I was referring to people who use religion and spirituality to hurt other people. Okay. Patrice, Jessica says, Patrice, my narc, told me the same thing. Yeah. Suzanne says, how do you come to no contact? Suzanne, it is a hard thing. It takes time, but you get to the point where you feel like if you don't go no contact, you're never going to get out from under it, and then you just literally, you stop. You stop. You block them on your phone, you block them on your email, you don't answer the phone if they do call somehow, you avoid them, you don't show up for family events or friend events or whatever the person is, and that's what you do. Yeah. Okay, Bearcat says, great to see you live. I much admire you and the things you do and how you do them. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Red in Denver says, keep it professional and low contact. Thank you. Yes, agree. For the job person. Okay. Nadia says, I just don't know what to do. It's every day. He's gaslighting. She feels sick with him. Thank you. She's thankful she works full time but has no one to help and afford a babysitter. Okay. Well, Nadia, that is terrible. What I would suggest to you is that you start looking for alternative situations. I don't know where you live, but there are lots of resources that will help you to get out. If you are being physically abused, there are more resources. So if you are, listen, Nadia, if you need some help, do me a favor, email my assistant, Geo. I'm going to put his email address here. My office manager, Geo for Angie at Gmail. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat. It's Geo and then the number 4 and then my name, Angie, at gmail.com. And I want you to email him if you need resources in your area. I will try to find you some. Okay? All right. Okay. Belinda. He's also very responsible. She said she told me last time he drinks every day and only works when he wants to. He doesn't seem as bad as others. Oh, honey. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Are you still with him? It sounds like you're still with him. And I'm trying to remember without scrolling back up so I don't lose my place again. But yeah, that's very difficult. I suggest if you can go no contact that you do that, unless I'm forgetting something. Okay. Uh, Ms. Red in Denver. Okay, hello, Ms. Red in Denver. All right. The devil himself is making sure my computer doesn't work, so I can't even load the video. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I gotta go to work. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that your PC's messed up there. I hope you get to watch this back later, and thank you. She says, thanks for being you. Gotta go to work. Okay. All right. Let me scroll back up. Okay. I have 1 minute left. I'm going to answer as much as I can in that time. Renee C says, I just found out before Christmas the name narcissist for the man I have been involved with in a long distance relationship for 2 years. It has been hard for me to realize just what he is. Girl, I know. I know. Yes, I know. It is difficult, but once you know it, you've discovered it. Now you can work on understanding it, and then you're going to overcome it and get through it. Okay? Trust that. Michelle, how do people become narcissists? I'll say it one more time really quick. Either they are abused, neglected, or otherwise messed with in childhood by a parent or close person or teacher or bully, or they are overparented, they are controlled by their parents, or sometimes another tragic event occurs that makes them that way. Like a parent might die and they might feel neglected and abandoned because their other parents are working full time or whatever. Okay? Um, this fly is trying to make me crazy. Okay. All right. And like I said, Michelle, in some cases, the acquired situational narcissism, but we're going to talk about that soon. Okay. All right. XXXO Interrupted says, we had a beautiful relationship at the beginning, then he started to get really careless and would do bad things to me. At first, I dismissed it, but when I started to confront him, he gave me the ST. Okay. Um, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal. I suggest that you run if you haven't already, because it's not going to change. That cycle continues and continues and continues and continues. Okay? All right. Suzanne, yeah, they were objectified in some way. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, Abby Hart, hi Abby, says, how do I deal with watching my narc ex husband love bomb our 7-year-old daughter and see her be seduced by it time and time again? Does he abandon her after the love bombing, or is he just love bombing her? Is he giving her the value and the discard too? If he's not, let it go. If he is, you got to tell her the truth as much as you can. It's terrible, but it's hard. Uh, you just have to explain to her that it's not her fault. That it's her dad has his own issues to deal with, and you're sorry for that. I was told to tell my kid that his father could chose, like I said, his father could choose to see him if he wanted to, but he chose not to. And if he said why, I was supposed to say because he just has his own issues to deal with, or he's not well, or whatever. So, yeah. Or I could say I don't know, and you know, I just chose to tell him that he had his own issues to deal with, and that's all I could say. So, um, all right. Mariam says, I'm struggling, no contact. I have been no contact for 25 days, but I'm struggling. Didn't I already tell you? I think, yeah, I answered that one, didn't I? Oh, she misses him, mixed emotions. Okay. I gotcha. It is very hard, I know. I feel like I just lost my place. Oh, ST silent treatment. Oh, yeah, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Sorry, I should have known that one, huh? I've never abbreviated that one for some reason. Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back up. But yeah, silent treatment, sure, of course. Yeah, that's one of those deals where if she says, it's been almost 2 months since I've spoken to him. My question is, should I keep tabs open with him to find closure one day? Go no contact. He's not going to give you closure. That's not what they do. He's trying to keep you in contact with him because he wants to have you as a backup supply, because that's how they do. And I would not, 2 months, I've seen them come back as long as 2 years, 3 years later, sometimes even more, and as little as 3 months. Sometimes it's even the next day, but don't count him out yet. I would go no contact because why would you want to keep tab? He's not going to give you closure, or she. They are not going to give you closure. Oh, him. Okay, he's not. Okay, okay, Yolanda. Yeah, the truth does hurt. Did I say something wrong, Yolanda? I'm sorry. Um, Dawn Michelle. Hi, Angie and everyone. I've been struggling with the fallout from a relationship I had with a narcissist, going on 3 years now. I'm just so grateful for you and the stories and others others share. It helps. I'm so glad to hear that. 3 years, I know in some ways people are like, well, God, 3 years, but you know what? You have to keep going because I know the fallout. But you know what? 3 years is enough time now. That are you dealing with this person because they're a parent of your children? If you're not, 3 years is enough time. It's time for you to start taking back your life, my friend. If you are, you still might want to think about that. But I would love to help you more. But I know not everybody can do coaching. So, hey, you guys, I want to take a really quick informal survey. I've been thinking about launching some group coaching sessions where they would be cheaper and smaller. So, like, instead of having to pay for a whole hour of coaching yourself, you could maybe split the cost with 5 other people. And then we could do group discussions and everybody could ask questions and so on and so forth. If anybody would be interested in that, uh, you know, let me know because I think we could do that for as low as $25 a person or something, and maybe we could even extend the session to 90 minutes if we had, enough people on the call. So let me know your thoughts on that, okay? Um, because that's something that I've thought about doing a lot, but I've not actually managed to put together all the way yet. So if you guys want that, I can do it pretty quick, okay? All right, H.G. Wells. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Says, I sent $100 to a sports gear online site and it seems like they're ignoring me. Okay. The sports gear store is narcissist, huh? All right, cool. Thank you for stopping by. I don't know what to say about that. I don't I don't understand. Um, you should contact the police or whoever if I don't understand the question that you're asking exactly. I feel a troll a little bit. Okay. Nadia says, I wish I saw the warning signs before marrying him. Now I feel stuck and we have a 4-year-old together. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I totally understand. Nadia, if you want to send my assistant an email, my office manager, I put his email in the stream. I'll send you whatever resources I can find for you. Okay? Yolanda says, I don't want to hog all the questions. It's all good, honey. But is it crazy that I'm hearing his voice in my ears, in my head? No, it's not crazy. It's because literally that's like been programmed into you sort of by him. He is the voice inside your head right now, but you got to clear that. When you hear that, I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself pushing him out physically and then say, get out, you're not allowed here. No free red for you. Whatever. My head is clear and bright and happy or whatever. Stay positive if you can, but physically imagine yourself physically pushing, I mean, not physically imagine. Imagine yourself physically pushing him out of your head. You know what I'm saying? Like go up there with him and push him right out. And that's your house. You know what I'm saying? Not his. Okay. And I know we're talking about your brain, but just go with me. I know what I'm talking about. All right. Leah said, you asked me to say what makes him. Oh, thank you, Leah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Leah, go ahead and definitely write me an email. I would be so happy to hear from you, honey. Yes, absolutely. Patrice, I just cry and cry. I don't know me and nobody else would know me. Okay. Patrice, I understand. Um, you're in a hard place right now. I don't know if you can do the coaching thing, but if you can, I would love to help you get through this. If not, maybe one of the coaching groups, or if you haven't yet joined SPAN, you're welcome to do that as well. It's free. But you need to find you again. I'll do videos on that coming up soon, and I've done a few already if you want to search my channel. But I'll do new ones. I have a new one coming now. Not this minute, but it's in this week's lineup. So, what's wrong, Yolanda? I think I missed something. Okay. Christy says, my mom's in law phones her son, my husband, every night. What are you doing? What did you eat? The third degree. He's middle aged, but his parents treat him like a baby and are invasive and controlling. Listen, he has to put his foot down if he doesn't want that. Unfortunately, I think if he's fine with it, you have to deal with it, unless he's using it against you somehow or they're controlling you personally somehow. In which case, I would stand up and be the woman and say, nope, I'm the mom here or I'm the wife here and you don't get part of this. This is my deal here. And you know what, if he's being pushed aside by his mother and he may need you to stand up for him, but if he's also the narcissist, then she's probably one of his supplies and or enablers. And I'm wondering if you are required to be his mom as well. All right. Oh, he is the narc. Okay, got you. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Good. Okay. I'm 9 minutes over because I love you guys so much and I can't keep talking about it. I can't keep going, but I want to answer everybody's questions. But I've got another call coming shortly, so I've got to go. But I just want to tell you guys. Wait a minute. I wanted to answer or say hi to somebody. Okay. Okay. Michelle. Thank you. Okay, she's gonna try that. Good, good, good. Try to be strong. I love that. I know it's hard. And I absolutely understand you about feeling like you're the only one who gets it. Um, I'm glad that I was able to help you. And I want you to know that you're not by yourself. And I've been in that place where I've been the only one who gets it. I'm still in that place with certain people in my life. So don't feel like you're alone. If you're not already in SPAN, get in there. It's queenbeing.com/SPAN. It's free, it's confidential. It's on Facebook, but the queenbeing.com/SPAN will take you right to it. Okay? All right. Okay, good, good. All right. I've got to go, you guys. I want to answer all the rest of these questions. I'm going to try to copy paste this conversation for future topics as well. Hello, Lisa. I'm sorry I didn't get to your question today, but everybody stay tuned. I'm going to try to download this chat and save it if I can. And I will be back on Thursday. Now, Thursday's call is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be focusing on, well, at least I got some of the chat down. We're going to be focusing on, I'm going to do some giveaways and I'm going to do a few other things, but then I'm still going to do my open Q&A. So come see me on Thursday. Let me check and tell you when that is on Thursday really quick before I go here because I know I scheduled it in my day. All right, on Thursday it will be Wednesday. See, my schedule's crazy. I have to schedule everything, even food. All right. Thursday we are scheduled at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'm not good at time conversions, so I can't do that. I'll let you do it. But 11 a.m. Central Time, Thursday, January 12th, I'll be here again. This coming Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Okay? Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I really appreciate you coming and seeing me live. I appreciate you watching my videos and subscribing to me and just being part of my community, part of my tribe. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Hugs and love. See you soon. Now I have to get off the line. um, okay, I don't know how to end the broadcast. Yeah, I'm still in here, aren't I?